Hello, and welcome to Successful and Sought After podcast. I am your host, Kelsey Jimenez. I am the CEO, founder, and lead acting coach for Reflect the Dream School of Acting. And so welcome to my podcast. I wanted to take a moment and just discuss the name of this podcast and why I decided to call it Successful and Sought After. And I was really intentional with the name of this podcast, Actors. I believe I am here to work with actors who have this incredible dream of acting. It's really a big dream. And they have a dream to become highly successful and sought after actors living in Hollywood, working on film and television projects that they love. And so I just thought it was only fitting to name my podcast show Successful and Sought After, because that is who we are. That is where we are becoming, or where we are headed, and who we are becoming. So if you joined me last week or listened to the first episode, I discussed really the first question, actors, that we have to answer ourselves as we set ourselves on this road to becoming highly successful and sought after. And the first thing last week was really, getting clear on what we want. What is it that we are wanting? What is our desire right now? And for those of you who joined in, perhaps your desire was, talent representation. Maybe your desire that came up was moving to California. Maybe the desire was to take an acting class or to audition or to share your dream with your friends and family, or to land a lead role, opposite Brad Pitt. Whatever that was for you, I wanted you all to get really clear and then to dig into, why you can't have it and limiting beliefs. So make sure you watch that and do the work, because it's really going to be essential as you move forward. And so, like I shared with you last week, this show, the topics I'm going to be discussing is really those topics that support actors who have this dream to become highly successful and sought after. And so there'll be a variety of topics discussed on this podcast show, everything from acting to techniques to audition tips to marketing and business and social media, networking, mindset. I'm going to talk about Jesus. So, testimonies. I will have interviews in the future. So it's a little bit of everything, but it's just really, it's just to help you actors to go get what you want and reflect the dream in your heart. And so today the topic is on branding. And I'm calling this episode The Power of Branding, because I want all of you to see that branding is powerful. Branding is truly who you are. So there are, so many articles and books and documents and classes. I'm sure you could Google branding and watch some free classes on YouTube and look at an article, research, who knows? I'm just thinking of where we look up. Where do we research now? I almost found myself saying, oh, go to the library, but I'm old school. I like to go to the library. I like pen and paper, but I'm sure you guys are researching on TikTok or YouTube or maybe Google. But each of you can go and however you find your information can get an easy definition of brand. But I'm going to give you kind of a high level, just a quick overview, actors, because, branding, I could spend a whole hour teaching on it. One of my lessons in the School of Acting is all about the power of branding. And we do this incredible worksheet. It's a 2-week lesson. It's very powerful. But today, I just wanted to give you something tangible that you can take with you. So let's kind of go over how I would define branding to you, actors. And I'm going to say words like company and clients and products, and I don't want you to get confused. You actor, those actors that are listening, you are your business. Okay, you are the CEO. Right now, you are the only employee. You are the product, you offer services, and you are the company. You are so-and-so enterprise. You are it. So with branding is truly the essence of your company. It's the essence of you. It is the essence of your culture, your experiences, your life, your team, your product, your services. It is the essence. It is what your company. It's the way the company makes you feel. It's what your company stands for. It is the essence of your company. So, actors, if you are your company, what is the essence of you? And there's a couple ways we can look at this. I just take the information about branding here at the top, and then we're going to unpack it a little bit to support getting clear on our desires and where we're becoming, and that we are highly successful and sought after. But just a quick overview, branding is the essence of you. You are the company. And some people say it's how others define you. You collect the data. It's how you stand out. It's the authentic you. But with the actors I work with, a lot of times how others would define them, or maybe even how they would define themselves, it's not really where they're going. It's not who they want to be. It's not truly, them. It is a version of themselves. It's what others are expecting of them. It's how others see them. And sometimes we don't always have strong opinions about ourselves, or even good opinions about ourselves for that matter. So here's what we're going to do with this branding episode. I just want you to remember this line: branding is the essence of you. So now, remember last week, we got really clear on what we are desiring, right? What we are after. But before we can determine what we are after, right, I had you guys kind of take a step back and take a look at, who am I, right? Or more importantly, who am I becoming? Who do I want to be? How do I want to wake up and live every day? I want to wake up and be happy and be living my dreams and going after my purposes and getting paid for it. I want to be successful and sought after. I want to leave a difference. I want a legacy. I want to be walking the red carpet, being invited to private events, attending an Oscar party or an after party, working with celebrities, working with other dreamers. So before we got clear on what we were after, we had to get clear on who we are. And so this applies as well with branding. So with branding, actors, it's really the essence of who we are becoming. Who we are becoming. So moving forward, actors, we are redefining who we are, who you are. We can do that. We can decide right now that I am going to redefine myself. Now, I'm saying that, and perhaps I guess I'm getting these thoughts that, well, I like who I am, and I like what I stand for, and I like my beliefs. That's fine. Obviously, if we like the things about ourselves, and we like how others define us and how we define ourselves, then by all means, keep all of that. But this is an opportunity to be honest with yourself, actors. I would say that before I really did the work on who I am becoming, and really getting honest with myself and getting clear on what it is I really want, what I've always wanted since I was a little girl, what I truly desire from the depths of my soul. Before I did the work on that, I would say that others defined me in a really positive way, outgoing, personable, contagious, breath of fresh air, atmosphere shifter, fun, inspiring, all these wonderful things. I mean, I would keep all that. And even how I would define myself. And I found, and I would define myself the same way. But when I took a step deeper, actors, I discovered that we are not very nice to ourselves. And although the whole world and my past students and teammates and friends and family would describe me in such a wonderful way, I saw myself like less than. I had some big expectations on myself. I want to be perfect. I want to be good. I want to be liked. And even though all these wonderful things were said about me, I would probably tell you I believed I wasn't enough. I was just an ordinary acting coach. I'm nothing special. I'm the nobody from nowhere. Wealth and success, they don't belong to me. They don't define me. I've never been wealthy. I've never been that level of success. I'm from a small town in Missouri. All those nice things I said about me was great, but ultimately how I defined myself, that held the most weight. So with this branding episode, actors, we get to redefine ourselves. How do you want to be seen? But most importantly, who do you want to become? Who do you lay in bed and dream about? Who do you want to be? We can redefine ourselves. We can decide, just like last week, getting clear on what we want and achieving our dreams. It's really simple, right, actors? We decide that this is who I am, that I'm going after this, and I'm not stopping until I achieve my dreams. We just decide. And so the same thing with branding, we decide to move forward and redefine ourselves, redefine who you are and who you stand for, how life is going to work out for you, how money works for you, how opportunities are presented to you, how people find you. You can create the life of your dreams right now, actors, right now. And that's where branding comes into play. If branding is the essence of you, well, then who the hell are you? And more importantly, who do you want to be? Who are you, actors? Because I even think that question of who do you want to be, who do you want to be? Clearly that comes from a desire, a dream. God gives us our dreams, actors. God gives us the desires of our hearts. He gives us them. He gives them. So he has given you this incredible desire to work in Hollywood and be on movie sets, to walk the red carpet, to work with incredible actors, to be involved in film and television projects that have a purpose and a meaning. He has given you these desires. Therefore, they are yours. Therefore, they belong to you. Therefore, this is who you truly are. So that's why I catch myself saying, oh, who you want to be. No, actors, it is who we are becoming. Okay, I am becoming the woman of my dreams. I am becoming who I have always meant to be, the person who has always belonged to me, my birthright. It is who I am. It has always been me, and I'm going after her. I am becoming her. I'm going to resurrect her. I'm going to bring her back to life. But even as I say that, she's already alive. She's already me. This idea that I am this wealthy, successful, sought after acting coach, working on film and projects, working with actors who want to inspire others, working with world changers. This woman, she's already me. I have everything inside of me. It's who I am. It's who I've always been. So then when we discover that, actors, and we take the time to work on that and to let that really sink in and to boldly step into that. It takes some time. I have been stepping into this and becoming the Kelsey of my dreams for over 4 years now. And, for what, I'm 35 now. So for 31 years, I had spent quite a long time becoming a different, or not becoming, I was a different version of myself. I became who everyone thought I should be. I became the expectations put on by my parents, even how my parents saw me. My parents just saw me kind of how they saw themselves, as simple, ordinary, middle class, how my friends and family saw me, how men saw me. I mean, and then you start to see yourself that way. And so I became her. I became that version of Kelsey. And I spent a lot of years being her. And I love her. And there's the whole process, looking at the two sides of us actors, this old Kelsey, the old man, as the Bible says, really. And I became her. And there's a lot of work to do with her. I need to disprove a lot of the lies that she believes about herself. I needed to forgive her in some areas, to love her, to heal her. She needed to forgive some people. And now I'm stepping into the woman that I am becoming now, the woman of my dreams, the woman I was always meant to be. And who knows, as I'm saying this, actors, maybe there's a next level. I bet there is. You know what? I know there is. There's a next level of Kelsey, who's like a CEO of like multiple companies, production companies. Oh yeah, I'm going places. So my next step is to become her. But right now, as I'm sitting in the wealthy woman, the highly successful, sought after acting coach, I'm sitting in her, and I'm thinking of how she would go about her day to day. How does she plan? How does she write her content? How is she coaching and teaching? And what is she wearing? And what is she doing? And what is she thinking? And how is she working her days? Is she working in stress and striving and toiling? Or does work come with ease and joy and a confidence? So there's some work to do with that, actors. And I feel like as I'm becoming her, who I am now, I'm looking at the old Kelsey, and I'm loving on her, and I'm healing her, and I'm helping her see that none of this was your fault. This was just programmings and limiting beliefs and the world you grew up in, and how others saw you, and you just became that version of how everyone else expected you to be, and then therefore you expected it of yourself. And so, actors, there's some work with this branding. I could share with you all the questions, the branding framework. Okay, what's your favorite latte? What's your favorite song? What's your favorite color? Yes, yes, yes. And there's some detail. There's a lot of details that we do in the school. A lot of questions. They do a presentation, they do an elevator pitch, they work on a branding monologue. It's awesome. But right now, actors, as you are moving forward, getting clear on who you are becoming, right? Who you are, getting clear on what you're wanting, disproving all the reasons why you can't have it. Now we get to redefine our brand, the essence of you. Now, branding, the essence of you, where do we kind of use this branding? Just really quick, we use brandings in our logo, which actors, unless you are creating a company, which, in my school, we talk about that, because there's a lot of work out there, actors, lots of resources, a ton of opportunities for you. And I teach all that. So branding, you want to use it in your logo. Okay, your color scheme, your tagline, the way you want your website to feel, actors, the way you want your social media sites and your social media presence. How do you want that to feel? This person that you are becoming, right? And even though we want to still introduce ourselves, like this is who we are. Like I am Kelsey Jimenez, the founder, CEO, and lead acting coach of the #1 school of acting, Reflect the Dream. Like I introduce myself as that woman now, and every day I'm becoming more and more like her. So what colors? What is her color scheme? What is her tagline? Um, how does she want her Instagram page to look? Her website, she is highly successful and sought after. How does she want it to look? You use your branding also, like in your branding shows us your culture, right? Your process, your employees, your product, your services. So you are the product actors, and your services could be anything, your services, your acting, your voice acting, your commercial skills, your teaching, things like that, your services. It's what makes your company your company. My brand, the essence of Kelsey, the wealthy, successful, highly sought after acting coach of Reflect the Dream, a place where I believe all dreams can come true. My brand is what makes this mine. So that when you go to my website, when you look on my Instagram page, when you meet me and you see my Facebook community and you join my coaching calls, you're very clear on the essence of me. You know me, okay? Because we don't buy a brand, actors, we buy the person. So Kelsey is the brand of Reflect the Dream. I am the brand. I am the company. And so it's what makes your company you. What makes Reflect the Dream mine? And for you actors, what makes this company, you as an actor, what makes it yours and not somebody else's? What makes you unique? How do you stand out? It's what you want your brand to attract your tribe. And what I mean by that, actors, each of you are called to work with certain clients. And if you're unclear on that, just think about what type of projects do you want to work on? Film, television, voiceover, animation, stage. What shows? What themes? What stories do you want to tell? What studios? What production companies, directors, actors? Like who do you want to work with? And so your brand should attract those people, right? I want to work with aspiring actors who have this incredible dream to be an actor and to live in Hollywood, that cliche saying, to be rich and famous. They want to walk the red carpet. They want to be known. They know they are somebody and they want to live a legacy. They want people to know who they are. They want to inspire others. And so my brand attracts those clients, that tribe. So also, actors, you want to be in an agreement with who you are and who you are called to serve and to help. So as you are getting really clear on who you are, right, this wonderful person that you are becoming, make sure you agree with it. Make sure that you can get behind it, even if it feels a little risky, even if it feels scary and uncomfortable. When I was first introducing who I am, this highly successful, sought after acting coach, I even think I said a world-class, international. I mean, I was like really going out there. There were many times when I would say that to myself and I did not believe it. I was like, yeah, right. I am an international, highly successful, the #1 school of acting. Nobody even knows me. I'm just from, Missouri. I was, living there at this time. But I could get behind it. Although it felt risky, if I'm honest, it felt exciting. I want to be that. Even though it's not really happening at this moment. I feel a little uncomfortable. Even there would be times I would say it and not give a lot of energy, like, hi, I'm Kelsey Jimenez. I'm the #1 acting coach in the world. Like, yeah, but I would still say it to myself. I would introduce myself to myself like that every day. I would just write it on a Post-it note and put it in my bathroom. And so, as I'm washing my face or brushing my teeth, I would just say it to myself. And there'd be days I'm like, "Ooh, I'm getting into it. I'm adding things." It's like a whole moment. And there were days I didn't want to do it. I think even days I skipped it and I was like, "Screw you, Post-it note. You're over there accusing me." I would get mad at it, but I could get behind it because it was exciting, because I wanted to be it. And I think all those moments that I resisted it and didn't want to do it and get mad, it was because it was working. It was working, actors. When that resistance comes up, it is working, because we are creating a new belief. And our limiting belief, it's like it's fighting us. Our limiting belief and our new belief, they're fighting. And it's like, oh yeah, here's our limiting belief. Oh yeah, you really think you are an amazing acting coach, highly successful, sought after? And our new belief, it's like, well, do we? Are we going to keep saying it? Yeah. Even if we say like no energy, our limiting belief is like, holy crap. Okay, well, I'm gonna keep testing you. And some days we're like, we get into it, and some days we don't want to do it. So be in an agreement with it, with who you are. And then so that's really all I have today for this podcast. I could really just go on and on and on about the branding. I mean, even as I'm here, I have like all these questions I was going to ask you. Maybe, what do I want to ask? I just feel like we could get caught in the weeds with branding. There's so much. Even my students, there's just so much. I want you really to leave this podcast knowing the importance of getting clear on who you are, right? Who I am becoming. And we state it like a fact. I am becoming this person. If I am becoming a highly successful and a sought after actor, I am becoming that. Well, then right now, I'm going to start introducing myself like that, because that is who I am becoming. And my brand is the essence of me. It's the essence of you. So what does my brand look like? Colors, culture, content. What do I want to say to the world? What am I wearing? What am I doing? How am I sharing myself out there? How am I letting the world know I'm here? What is the brand, actor? So I think it's just, do I want to ask me these questions? I feel like I asked a lot of them. I put here, you want to make sure you are intentional with the brand. And that kind of just goes along with my statement, your brand attracts your tribe. So get clear on your tribe. There's a lot of stuff to kind of get clear on in this podcast, but let the things I'm saying just kind of, marinate. Get excited, actors. Branding is fun. Branding is where you get to show up how you want to show up. When I'm kind of going through this process of rebranding Reflect the Dream. Oh, someone was about to call me, but I got it in time. It was so exciting. I'm like, oh my gosh, because before, my brand was all about, this, I'm this girl going after my big dreams, launching my school of acting, moving to California. But now I've done that. And so now my brand is, I am this highly successful, sought after acting coach. I'm going after the damn thing. I'm not stopping. And who's coming with me? And I just feel bold and victorious and confident. And I'm going to speak my mind, and I'm leaving a legacy. And who's coming with me? Everyone's going to know my name. And it's awesome. It's exciting. And then I get to create from that place my content. The things I'm sharing, even for you actors, your headshots, your cover letters, how you create your demos, how you are seeking auditions, you live from that place. How you are showing up on your self-tapes and your virtual auditions, how you're showing up is your brand. It's the essence of you, and it's exciting and it's powerful. So moving forward, actors, we are going to redefine ourselves. We're going to get clear on who the hell I really am, what I want. I know for a fact that I am worthy of getting everything I want, because if I am a highly successful, sought after actor, right? And for me, I'm an acting coach, then everything I want, I'm worthy of. Everything I want, I'm getting. It's already mine. Okay, so get clear on what you want, who you are, and have fun this week as you just think about your brand, how you're showing up. And the next week, actors, we're going to talk about how to put this all together. We are going to discuss, let me just make sure I tell you the right thing. Oh yeah, we're going to talk about using our resources. How do we use what we've discovered on who we are and what we're wanting and our brand? How do we now use all this stuff, right? And I'm going to teach you all about it, how to get resourceful and how to use all of our resources. And I want to share with you some awesome resources out there, actors. All right, well, that's all I have for this episode. Make sure you tune in next week. Until then, actors, go out there and just reflect your dream and don't ever stop.